than we had a while ago, I think. Everybody in chat, let me know what you say. What you think? No, looks like it's going bad again. Not quite sure what the problem is, but
Thank you for
anyway, what I'm going to do is we have 4 reels in front of me. We've got a pen. We have 2 Abus, a left hand and a right hand. We have an Akuma. Pretty sure that, well, I don't know who's in chat because my helper isn't really telling me who's in there and
you got
what's going on.
Greenwell, Lance, Makugai, 351 Cleveland. Kentucky Redneck Outdoors. And that's all I see.
So does anybody have the Penn Squall 30 LW left-handed? Because I've got that reel. I have the Okuma Pro XP. It's a right-handed reel. I'm pretty sure that Mike Greenwell has the Abu Garcia 6600 C4. I've also got the Abu Garcia 6601 C4, which is the left-handed version of this reel. So, what I am going to do is I'm going to take one of these reels apart and show all you guys, how to take it apart, put it back together, grease it up, do your winter maintenance, so to speak, or just maintenance anytime. So, I have 4 reels. Which reel do you guys want to see taken apart?
Greenwell said, want to sell the right hand Abu, LOL.
Well, my Greenwell, I'm not a right-handed guy, but no, I don't. Excuse me. Because I'm pretty sure that the 6600 C4 is the one that you had Pipeline Tackle do for you. Redo all the bearings and make it. I'm pretty sure that this is the bumping reel that you have. Am I right, Mike? You had Pipeline Tackle to your 6600, make it your bumping reel. And bearings and the drag washers redone by Pipeline Tackle. So I do have the left-handed version as well with the power handle. But the power handle will go on the right-handed model. But I'm a left-handed guy, and just because it's more comfortable for me. I like to cast with my right hand and reel with my left. So that's why I have 2 left-handed reels. I have 2 right-handed reels. So hopefully chat can tell me which reel they want to see be taken apart.
Which reel would you guys like to see the maintenance done on?
So we'll go with the Penn for number 1, left-handed Abu number 2, right-handed Abu number 3, and the Okuma, number 4.
Greenwell
Put
said,
in the number 1, 2, 3, 4, and whichever one that Serena sees the most of, we'll take that one apart.
number 3.
Serena's supposed to be reading chat for me.
Hey, I'm doing my job here. 3? Which one's 3? 3.
3 would be the right-handed Abu.
Yep.
Is that the one we're seeing most of?
Yep.
See number 2 there by a polar bear. Looks like.
There's 3 number 3s.
What did Lance say? Looks like he's saying 600.
Michael Williams said 4.
Well, who's that said number 5?
No one said 5.
Well, I know. I'm just
Oh.
saying that.
There's 11 people in. Hey, guys.
All right, 11 people. 4 more, and I will have my maximum.
Okay, so Solo texted said number 5.
All right, Solo. Number 5.
That would be one of mine. No.
Oh, I don't know. Let me see if I got one. Let me see if I got number 5.
Number 3. Come on, Thomas. They want to see number 3.
No, we don't have number 5. It's out of garage. That would be Serena's.
One of mine, and it's not happening.
So we will go with number 3.
Number 3.
The right-handed Abu. 6600 C4.
Okay.
Is that the one you guys want to see? Take it apart.
Yes. Okay. Are you going to explain to them everything?
Well, I am going to try. Now I've got a map here that I've been using since I've been off work and been crippled up because of back surgery. I've been using this gray map, but hopefully you guys will be able to see better when I lay the parts out on the napkins.
Greenwell said, wait, you do real maintenance? LOL. It's something new that he just started since he has been off work.
Well, Mike, I know you had pipeline tackle. Do you? I think one, maybe 2 of your reels. Guess what, Mike? I can do the same thing.
Went said, I used to have only Abus made in Sweden. Then I met the devil woman.
I'll see. Since I've been off work and not been able to do anything, I've went ahead and started doing my own reel maintenance. Because some of these reels, like this one, like my left-handed here, 6601, I've had that for a couple of years, and I got to say, I've never taken it apart until this year. And I've had it for 3 or 4 years. It was nasty inside. I've got some Cash King Rovers that I've had for years that I hadn't taken apart, I hadn't done any maintenance on. And took that apart. Well, they work a whole lot better once you clean them up.
Greenwell said, I can do it also, but I chose not to.
Okay, so we're going to do the Abu Garcia 6600 C4.
Happy New Year. Hello, Texas.
I don't know if you guys can see that, because I'm not sure. Because with that 10-second delay, I don't know if you can see what I'm doing, but I'm not.
What?
But we've got the Abu Garcia 6600 C4, 6.3 to 1 gear ratio. Don't have the power handle on it. It's just got the regular handle. Thing I don't like about this one is it's only got the two spot welded studs holding it together, one of the cage. I've been doing some research. You know, I'm wanting to upgrade this and do a whole lot to it because I want to replace the bearings. I want to replace the line guide pawl. I want to put a ceramic in there. I want to put some high-speed bearings. Yeah, I want to do a whole lot to it.
Lance said it's a good year and it has a handle. Oh, of course.
And if Shereen would, you know, help me out with chat because I can't read it from way over there.
I'll help out the best I can, but I can't answer any questions.
So we'll go ahead and take this apart. I mean, I can use a smaller screwdriver, but I prefer to use this larger one. That way I get a little bit more torque. Go ahead and get them loosened up. And then I can use, you know, just your standard screwdriver.
Fishing and Freedom said hello.
Well, hello, Fishing and Freedom. Yep, guess that one's not gonna work. Find my other little screwdriver, my other little Phillips. Who all do we have in chat, Sharina?
We have Fishing and
I
Freedom.
do have a little metallic cup that I'm probably not going to use.
Fishing and Freedom. Lance McCouey.
Hey, Lance.
Solo Texan Adventures. Greenwell.
Oh, we got Solo. We got Greenwell.
Sogo.
Hey, Sogo. We ain't seen you in a while. What's going on, buddy?
Atomic River Monsters.
Hey, that's new in my lives. I know Potomac River Monster has been there for a while, but I don't think he's ever been in my life.
Got Michael Williams. Polar Bear.
And when you take this on this one, you take the left side off, you've got these little plastic pieces on there. Amy Payne, how you doing?
Mike T. He's bugging. He's bugging eyes. Mike T is.
You got the little plastic pieces. It's kind of a guide to keep you from pushing too hard on that. Then you can take off this little piece here. There is a name for it. I'm not sure what all the names are because I don't do this all the time. But this is the piece that engages your bait clicker. Push up your bait clicker and it's got that little piece there that engages into that gear. So that's your bait clicker.
12 people. Hey, 12 people.
You take that apart, easy enough. Just remember, when I take all this stuff apart, you know, put everything on one side of the reel, like this left side. I take everything off. I put the left side stuff on the left side. Then I'll take the right side off, put it on the right side. When you take your left side off, that's when you can take your spool off. But you can also take off your bait clicker gear and also your spool gear.
Hey, Mike T. Doing all right.
And I probably should have
put some tape on that.
Put some tape on this line because now it's messing up. I can't get that spool out. and it's pulled everything up. So
Kentucky Redneck Outdoors.
to get your spool
What's up?
out, you're gonna have to take everything out and spin everything around so you can get all your line out. Because your line will keep you from getting your spool out. And that little squeaking you're hearing in the back, that's one of our dogs playing with a new chew toy.
Aren't you got a new shoe?
There you go.
That was spooky.
That's not what you want to do whenever you take all this stuff apart. Remember, folks, put tape on your line,
Or
on your spool before you take everything apart, or you get a mess.
or if you take
Because
it
right
off.
now, when I put all this stuff back together, I'm gonna have a mess. Sit here and line all this stuff back up. But when you,
Just clip it off and then tape it.
but I'm gonna say the best thing to do is if you're doing winter maintenance right now, the best thing to do is go ahead and reline your spool. Take all this old line off because you've used it all year. But if you don't want to do that, remember to go ahead and take a piece of tape, put it on your line. That way your spool will stay all good. And remember which way your spool rod came out. And remember when you take everything apart that all those little breaks they talk about, they're all on this end. These are those spool breaks that you have. If they're all pushed in, you have no brakes. The more of these you have pushed out, when you cast, that helps keep you from backlashing. Right now, I've got them all pushed in because if you push them all in when you take it apart, they don't come out. But when you put them back together, if you're having problems with backlashing, I don't know if you can see that. Those little white tips on those black pieces. You can pull them out. Make sure you get the ones, the opposing ones. Because right now I've got two out of 6 brakes. And you can get all 6 brakes out and you won't cast near as far, but you won't backlash near as much.
There are 14 people.
Then you have this piece here. Oh, that really does. Is that what that's what engages your bait clicker. Because that will move. It will engage this larger gear here.
Mike's Fishing Home.
Let me
Shared to
find
Facebook.
some here to point with.
Thank you.
And this larger gear is your bait clicker. When you engage your bait clicker, it's this little piece here that clicks on that. This gear here, smaller gear, is your spool gear. But you got these gears in here as well.
You might hear the dogs. They're trying to fight. Fishing with Steve Mosley. How you doing? Everybody, thanks for sharing it out. Appreciate that.
Because you've got your gear here. Everything sets up. So just remember how everything comes apart. And online, you can find pretty much every schematic for whatever grill you have. And we are buffering. Looks like we got to take that toy away from our dogs. We got them a new toy. They're fighting over it. But download your schematics. And it will tell you everything you need to know. It'll give you part numbers if you got a bad part, and it will tell you how to put everything back together. Give me a minute. I'm going to take a toy away from our dog.
You got 15 people. You have 14 people.
That's our left side. Like I say, you can go online and you can download and print your schematics, your diagrams. That way you get your part numbers for anything that might be broken. So I highly recommend doing that because I have this.
See you later, Mike Fishing Home.
For this, and just so y'all know, I had 4 reels sitting here, and I had 4 diagrams here for each reel. So I didn't know which one of y'all were going to pick, but I had each diagram ready. Because I don't know what all these little individual pieces are called. And to take your handle off, for an Abu Garcia, you're going to need a Phillips screwdriver to get your stop off. Because that's your nut lock. Got any questions from Chad, honey?
No questions.
We got anybody participating in chat anyway?
We got Hooked Up Catfishing.
And you're gonna need
And Bishop with Steve Mosley.
and for your handle, you're gonna need a 10mm wrench. Take off your handle. But before you can take off your handle, you have a little E-clip. I don't know if I can get that in there, but you get a little E-clip you got to take off before you get your handle off. And this will spring out and fly anywhere. So make sure you have a good handle on that. Because you don't want to lose that, because it is just a small little clip. Then you can take your handle off. Then you have this little washer here, little clip that puts the space between your handle and your star drag. Then you can take your star drag off.
Girl on the Catfish Hunter. Hey.
Take your star drag off, and then you have your little washers there. That put your tension on your handle. Sometimes you have to tap them out. Might need a little pick. But you don't always have to do that. Don't forget your little spool tension knob here. Go ahead and take that off, because that's what puts that cap is what puts tension on your spool. You know, when you go ahead and when you change your bait, change your weights, that's one of those little knobs that changes tension on your spool. And inside that cap, I don't know if I can get that shown.
Take it off.
but you have this little plastic cap.
Greenwell Fishing. Have you had any luck finding extra housings? These Abus have a bad habit of the foot breaking off.
Well, Mike, the housings I'm looking for have nothing to do with these. They're not the same. The ones I'm wanting are going to be, the ones I want to get are going to be a specialty reel that I'm going to give away when I hit 500 subscribers. It's not going to be, it's not going to look like this. This is left-handed reel. It's not going to look like this. It's going to be a custom reel that, well, once I get all the pieces, once I hit 500 subscribers, there will be a custom Abu reel given away.
Wow. A custom Abu reel given away at 500.
Most of the parts I'm going to have to source from the UK. But like I say, when you take that cap off, let's see, do we have someone that tells me what? No, I don't have the names on it, but you got a little plastic piece there. You get this little copper brass piece. So make sure you don't lose those.
We've had our dogs help us find some pieces that have popped off before.
And then you got to take off these, your three screws here that hold on to your cage. But Greenwell, I think the reel I'm going to build for my 500 subscriber giveaway, you're going to like.
Fishing Local 336.
Hey, 336, how you doing? Glad you could come in.
17 people.
17 people. That's the most I've ever had.
They want to see you put this reel together and take it apart and put it together.
No, they want to see me take it apart
and not get it back
see if I can put it back together. That's the problem. They're wanting to see, oh, yeah, okay.
And then they'll be like,
everybody can take a reel apart, but can they put it back together? That's all they're waiting for. They want to know if I can put it back together.
Yeah, guys, when he said he was going to do this, I was like, oh my goodness. I would be too nervous. I'd be dropping parts everywhere. They're too little for me. But since he's
and on the 6600, your screws here stay on. They're capture screws. They stay on. So you don't have to worry about them coming off. Then you've got your cage. Then you've also got your line guide paw. Take that cap off. And there's also should be a little piece of brass in there.
Pringle said, I like almost any reels. The non-Sweden made Abu they can keep. Yeah, those are like generic. They almost tried to get us to get one of those before. That guy.
Just kind of tap it out. You get your line guide paw out. That's what directs your line back and forth. And you got a little clip. Now, I wish I had a better phone, but you got a little clip here. Take that off, and then your line guide that your paw rides against comes out.
Alan Petrella.
And you've got a little plastic bushing, I guess you'd call it. You got a little bearing right there as well. Then you take that out. You can take out your housing for your line guide. maybe your screwdriver, and then you got your line guide that housing that ride your pawl rides up against. That rides up against there. Guide your line. You can take off your little thumb grip. That's just plastic, just clips on.
Trying to put everybody's
Then you've got your
link in there. Chat.
and you've got your little guide there. It doesn't really come off unless you want to take off this pole here, which I'm not going to do because that's a pain in the butt. Then again, still you got your tension washers here that for your drag. Got any questions in chat, honey?
Hooked up catfishing. I got a good deal on 4 Abu 6500 C3 at a pawn shop last week. I gave what? 175 for all 4.
Oh, that's not a bad deal.
No, it's not.
Do they? Who'd you say that was?
Hooked up catfishing.
Hooked up. Why should I know that name? Is that Farron? Also under here, you've got your anti-reverse. Your instant anti-reverse bearing. That may not come out until you take out these 2 screws here. But because that holds that plate in. But when you take out those 2 screws, make sure you hold everything together because there are springs back there behind it. And make sure you don't over tighten or over torque your screws.
Good job, Greenwell. Go math.
See, everything comes apart. Here's your right side housing. And that's where your anti-reverse is. You've got a little sleeve inside it where your because your handle goes on here, you got a little where'd it go? There it go. You got this little sleeve here that your anti-reverse rides on. And this is your spool gear. It's where all your drag washers are. And when you take it all apart, remember which way that your anti-reverse gear was. Be careful to take it out.
Fishing Local 336. How often should you break down your reels?
Well, I'm going to say I'm not an expert 336, but I'm going to say at least at the end of the year when you quit using them. Because, if you're not using them, why not go ahead and break them down and clean them up? If you use them a lot, I would say go ahead and do them a couple of times a year. For some reason, this anti-reverse gear isn't coming out.
Yeah, he took a couple of mine apart and they had so much sand in them. I was like, well, that's why they're not casting out real good.
This anti-reverse gear isn't coming out for some reason. So since it's not wanting to come out, I'm just going to leave it where it is. Then I don't have all of the right lubricants for it. So what I'm using right now until I get what I need, I get extra heavy duty. axle bearing grease. Why? Well, because you're going to have that. If you've got a boat, you have bearing grease for your boat bearings on your axle. And that bearing grease can go up to like 70, 80 miles an hour. I'm thinking it can handle, however fast you can crank your handle. So that's what I use, because that's what I have at the moment.
14 people. But that is okay.
And for the Santa reverse, I'm using Hops bench rest. Lubricating oil with weather guard, because that's what I have. Why? Because if it will clean, lubricate, and prevent rust on your pew, how can it not help this little bearing? Yes, a pew. Then we got all this here.
Well, in my opinion, the hardest thing on a reel is the casting.
Yeah. That's why your bearings on either end are what you need to take care of. Because specifically on a 6600, your spool gear on the left side case doesn't come off. It's pressed on. If you pull it out, well, you're not putting it back on because it's just going to flop around. And you don't have a bearing inside that side of the case.
Wow.
How you doing, Lyle? Mr. Catfish Weekly? Glad you could come in and join us. Like I say, on your main gear, you've got your spacing. Then you've got your drag washers on your main gear. Now, don't be afraid to take it out, because there's some tension on it, but it's going to pop out. Just remember, when you take all your washers off, you've got a metal cap. Remember how they come off, because this one has a cap. Then you have your drag washer, and you've got your geared metal washer that holds it into your gear. Another carbon washer, another metal washer, another carbon washer, and then you can pop off your main gear. Remember which way it comes off, because there is a difference. Is you got a dish section with a couple little caps in there. And on the other side, you've got a raised section that goes up against another little piece of washer. You just gotta be able to get it off there. Don't damage it. Get it off as gently as you can.
So, if
Then you got your main gear and your clicker and everything. And you just put it all back together. Any questions, honey?
So if a newbie was doing this, would you suggest they take a picture or something so they'll remember?
Yes, take as many pictures as you need to. And like I said, you can go online and you can go to, like in this case, Abu Garcia, you can get the diagram. It tells you all your part numbers and it shows you how everything goes together. I would recommend doing that because I have these I had 4 reels up here and I have this page for every one of them.
Want to be outdoors.
And remember how you take everything apart. That way you can put it all together and everything will work. On some of your drag washers will need greased, some won't. Just put it, the ones that do, like your carbon ones, I believe that's what comes in the Abus, the newer ones. Put just a little bit of grease on there. Just rub some grease on your fingers, then rub your carbon drag washer between your fingers, get a little bit of grease. Then remember which way you put it in, take it off. So like say this one.
Once the outdoors says, if you still have the box, it should be
It
on
has
the
a
box.
gear. It is gotta fit one way. If you get that in there wrong, your drag's not going to work. So you gotta make sure you get them in there right.
Yes, they're on the box, or but sometimes it's just a little bit too small.
Yeah, they are on the box, but go to Abby's website. They've got pretty much everything you need to download. Because I've got, this is the 6600 C4, and I've got that diagram, and I've also got the 6601, which is the left-handed version. I've got that diagram as well. So go ahead and get that stuff, because there's no reason not to. Then you've got your main gear here. I'm not going to take this apart because, I just did it a few weeks ago. But make sure you have everything greased up nicely. Some of my parts are going. No, because I have something that I'm looking for. Yeah. Here we go. I found what some people, what I use is just a little paintbrush. A little Bob Ross.
Or a tiny little part.
Because I've got, you got your little gears here. Just take a little Bob Ross and add your happy little grease right there on that little gear. Like a happy little tree. Just get you a little Bob Ross. Then you've got that. Then you can push your main gear back down on there. There is going to be some resistance because it's got to pop down a little bit.
14 people. If you got any questions, just throw them in the chat.
Yeah, if you want to know, let me know. Just ask a question. I don't know everything.
And I tried to share everybody's links, the best I could.
And on your line guide gear, what I use is way over here. Or maybe not.
What is it?
Oh, it's over here. Yeah, it's over here. When you clean it, just get a simple little toothbrush. Go ahead and clean up all that. That way you can make sure all your grease and sand and everything is out. Because I know the bank fishermen, we get a lot of sand in there. Then we still also have our little Bob Ross. Just go ahead and look a little happy tree in there.
And don't make a mistake and get a little fancy toothbrush, because some of those brushes have that extra stuff for your teeth. You don't want those. You want the.
Then
little
Yeah.
generic one.
Then you've got your, oh, sometimes you're going to have your bearing come out. Because inside your line guide tube, there's a little bearing that I just dropped. That fortunately stuck onto the magnet on my little magnet cup.
That
But you'll have a little bearing.
actually work this time.
But
and once we outdoors, you will have to go back and start over on this live if you want to see it all taken apart.
But like I say, just use a Q-tip, clean out everything. Make sure you don't lose your little bearing that goes into the one end.
Yeah, don't move it out.
It only goes in one end. Remember which end it goes in, because your line guide has got a bearing on the other end as well. So if you get it all clean, because just make sure you keep everything clean. Get all this. There's always going to be sand in here for a spank fisherman and all that. So make sure you get all that cleaned out. And all this is ready to go back together. So take a little grease, your little paintbrush, put some grease on that gear.
Want to be outdoors. He said, fine. Funny, I was thinking about doing this to my Catfish Pro reel.
Catfish Pro, Catfish Pro. Don't we have one of those?
Sunshine.
We do have one of those. Well, oh, I didn't
That's my sunshine. He took sunshine apart and
I took her sunshine, I took her sunshine. Don't take her sunshine away.
well, Matt, when you do, you should do a live or a video and show us. Brian Caudell, hey, be patient and don't have time restraints.
Brian Caudell. Don't you mean Brad?
Oh, I'm sorry, Brad. I can't read.
Hey,
Sorry.
Brad, I need to get a hold of you.
Brad Caudell. Sorry.
Because I finally got the number of weights that I need to order from you.
Better for me.
Because, you know,
I'm picky and I only like one type,
well,
and they are hard to find. Do you believe that? I'm picky.
Shrina picking, no, that can't be possible.
I had a chance to go fishing the other day, but I didn't have the right weight, so I didn't go.
When you put everything together, make sure you have plenty of napkins, paper towels, grease rag, whatever.
And you can get those from the Dollar Tree.
Yeah, get all that stuff as cheap as you can. Because here now I'm putting this back together. Make sure you get your little screws back in there.
8-ounce bank sinkers. That's what Greenwell needs from Brad
Where'd that
Caudell.
screw go? The 8 ounce is kind of light, Mike. Because Fred and I went out the other day. We were using 5 and 6 ounce here on the White River. And, well, we probably needed, because 6 ounce wasn't even coming close to being on the bottom.
Murillo is in here. He said picky has a negative connotation. Being highly selective has the inference of being educated and wise. Maybe
What?
you are highly selective.
Don't understand that. I
I didn't either. I've changed my favorite type of sinker each of the last 4 years. Told you I
What
can't
Maria
read.
was saying is, maybe,
I know what it's saying.
well, I didn't understand what it said. I had to go over there on the TV.
I can't read. I'm sorry.
Well, I didn't understand what she said.
You know, because I was like, what is he saying? That's what you do when you're like, what? What does that mean? Okay.
Yes, highly selective does sound better than piggy. And for those of you that don't know, I do smoke, so. And being off work for the last, I've been off work since November 8th. I've been trying to quit smoking. It ain't been easy because I've just been sitting here and sitting here and sitting here. My doctor finally let me go back to work. I have to go back to my job tomorrow to find out if their doctors will let me go back to work. I'm really hoping they do.
Greenwell said, my rule is if I have to use anything bigger than an 8 ounce, I need to find slower water.
Well, Mike Greenwell, you know, I'm going to give you an open invitation to come fish my river in the backyard anytime you would like. Right now would not be a good time if you don't want to use anything less than 8 ounces. Because here you're going to need
At least
a
pound.
36 ounces. But I give an open invitation
Big Jake's
to
catfishing.
everyone that wants to come fish the White River.
Big Jake's. Haven't seen Big Jake's before.
Who's Big Jake? Not telling him to come in?
Big Jake is Big Jake. Hey, Big Jake.
Is that Greenwell's buddy? Is that his fishing partner?
No, sir. I don't know Big Jake. Sorry, Big Jake.
And this is one of your best friends whenever you want to clean your reels. Q-tips. They get into places where nothing else does. Kick that gear out again. Like I say, if this stuff will keep your pew-pew good, go ahead and put a drop on your gear, on your bearings. If you have nothing else. I mean, I don't have the grease and the stuff that I want, that I need, so I'm using what I have.
Big Jake is from south of KC, Missouri. Yes, I said KC.
South of KC, Missouri.
Okay.
Why should we know where that's at? I lost my Q-tip.
Why should we know where that's at?
Well, it sounds familiar.
Because we're from here. Mike G, but we get 9 to 11 miles per hour current. Oh my goodness.
Who's that?
Mike T.
Oh, whoa. Mike Turner. Well, what's he doing with such a slow current?
Matt said.
Oh, Mike T has an invitation to come fish with us.
Yeah. Matt said, Shrina isn't picky. She is adventurous. Big Jake. You don't have any videos yet, but we'll be there when you get them.
Oh, we have videos. No, they're not good ones. But...
No, not us. Big Jake.
Oh, I see Alan Pershaw is in here. Thanks for coming in. Because, you know, if we could turn the camera around, you know, I've got me on the TV, but they're, you know, way over there. And my glasses don't read that well. And you can always make sure you get your housing, your cage clean, because there's going to be grease and stuff on there as well.
Big Jake has a question. What's your opinion on ceramic bearings?
Ceramic bearings. Well, Big Jake, I don't know. Really good question. Because here soon I'm getting ready to take my 6500 Pro rocket and upgrade to ceramic bearings. But I also want to upgrade to a ceramic ball as well, because that shouldn't wear out. So when I get uh, the new bearings, the new pawl, and the new drag washers and everything that I want for my Pro Rocket, I will go live and replace all that. And you can ask me then.
Why is it?
Then you'll know when I've done it, and I will go and test it the next day, and we can find out that after that.
I'm gonna add a couple more moderators because I've been trying to share everybody's links out.
Because I will do a casting test before I change all the bearings and stuff. Then I'll do one after. Then we can find out.
Yeah, I've been trying to share everybody's links the best I can.
Yes, moderators, go ahead and share every link that for at least for the people that are in chat.
There are 19 people in chat.
Wow, that's the most I've ever had.
Real
great.
Gals Fish. They sure do. Yeah.
Yes, Trini is one of them real gals that fish.
Is that right?
She's one of the first ones that I've seen on YouTube that were doing it. So
Freddy's Outdoor Adventures.
hey, Freddie. Oh, hey, go get those. Go get those. Go get those. Oh, since we're putting everything back together, can anybody tell me what this came off of?
Thanks, Lance.
I don't know if anybody can see it. Serena might have to help. But hey, if you don't have your little Freddy cats, go ahead and get a hold of Freddy's Outdoor Adventures.
I don't know if you guys can see that.
He
There
makes
we
them in
go.
different colors, even if they're little pitties.
Okay, hold on, Thomas. All right. Okay, guys, can you see this part? Give me a thumbs up if you can see it.
And the first person that leaves a comment that tells me what it came off of, I will send 3 Laughing Cat stickers. Most people don't want them, but hey, if you do, leave a comment on what that part came off of, and I will send you some stickers. We'll get a hold of you and
Okay, we
get
got
some stickers.
Greenwell answered first.
What Greenwell sir?
Handle nut cover?
Off of what reel?
Off of what reel? Is that simple? Is that an easy?
And these little washers that go on here.
You made Freddie blush.
Somebody share out Freddy's Outdoor Adventures. Share out his link.
Lance did. Thanks, Lance.
All right, Lance, thanks. These little washers, they go several ways, but it increases the tension. It sets a tension on your drag, star drag. You can have them one of 3 ways. You can have them spooning. You can have them back to back.
Abu.
Which Abu?
Which Abu?
You're doing good, Mike.
You're almost there.
Now you can tell me which Abu reel it came off of. But yes, these little washers that they can back to back, they can face to face. I keep dropping them, but they kind of have a little tension on your star drag. So if your drag's getting a little weak, flip those around.
JP3 Outdoors.
Oh, JP3, how you doing, buddy? Thanks for coming in.
Okay, you got you You have 18 people in.
Wow, 18 people. That's great.
Wow.
Yeah, that's more people than I've ever had. I really appreciate it, guys. Share it out if you want. If you, I'd like you to. If you don't want to, no big deal.
I've added some moderators, so share out links if you will. So, the only person that has guessed.
Well, I told him leave,
Oh, wait, Brad.
comments.
Wait, Brad Caudell, 6,500.
Oh, really?
Yep. Greenwell led him in the right direction. JP3, we had a good Christmas.
Well, it's got to be left in the comments on the video, not in chat. So if Brad Cadell can.
Are you serious, Thomas?
Right.
You just told him to leave it in the comments.
Comments, not chat. But we'll go ahead and, Brad, you're right. It did come off of a 6500 Pro rocket. And Greenwell did lead you in the right direction.
So, what you want them to do?
So, well, Brad, I believe I've got your address. If not, I have your phone number. So, Brad, just get a hold of Sharina on Facebook.
Mike Irvin said, Swiss made have the emblem, Chinese have a stamp.
And Mike Irvin is right. But some of the Chinese ones do have the emblem. From what I found out about from one of the base shops we go to that we got a reel from. This reel actually.
Matt wanted to know.
The 7000s do have the emblem and they're made in China.
Matt wants to be outdoors. Sharina, how does Thomas know when to service reels?
Well, Matt, from Want to Be Outdoors, I just serviced. This is the first time I've really serviced them because, I had that back surgery and couldn't do anything. So I figured, why not take them apart, see if I can put them back together.
Brad Caudell, always check the reel seat. I mean, it's not. Oh.
But Matt, that's how I decided when to service them. But if you feel like they're like your drag's not doing right, go ahead and check it then. But at least once a year, Matt. If you don't fish during the winter, that's the perfect time to service them.
Animal. He said, hey.
I mean, in the wintertime, go ahead and service them then.
Eddie Groves.
First time you take them apart, you're going to take them apart a couple of times when you put them back together because you put something wrong or you forgot something.
Eddie Groves, Thomas.
How you doing, Eddie Groves?
Hey.
Thanks for coming in.
Dan. Cody from 3+1.
Hey, Cody from 3+1. It's like right now, this isn't working right, so I got to take something apart. I think. Because it's not doing what I want it to do. It's not doing what it should do. But it could just be because I don't have everything together. That's why you download everything.
Big Jake. Thomas, do you like 6,500 or 7,000 better for bank fishing?
Well, I haven't used a 7,000 Big Jake because as far as I know, most of those are made in China, and I'd rather not have a Chinese-made reel. If I want to have a Chinese-made reel, I'll go to Walmart. Yes, I know everybody's like against Walmart stuff, but
Not me.
you know, Walmart stuff's pretty good.
Art is here. I get all my hooks from Walmart.
Yeah. We like the Eagle Claw.
You say hi to Art.
No, I don't believe I have yet.
Okay.
I believe that's Art from One Ton, correct?
Yes.
How's One Ton doing, Art? And I gotta say, putting this stuff back together is a whole lot more difficult when you're trying to do it live. I'm not as good as that guy from Pipeline Tackle because now I've got to figure out what I have forgotten.
Uh-oh. But the thing about doing it on a live, I mean, you know,
Well, the
it's
guy
for
from Pipeline
real.
Tackle knows what he's doing. He does it every day.
Okay. Even if you don't do it right, like right off, I mean, people can still see that you can do it. Cody said, I made a mistake of buying the Chinese Abu because of the price being cheap. Big mistake. Lasted about 4 trips out. Got 19 people.
Well, Cody, like I said, I haven't had one of the Chinese made ones. Most of the ones I have are the Swedish made in Sweden. Well, I'm trying to remember if Sweden is Swedish or that's just Switzerland. But I've got the ones made in Switzerland or Sweden. You know that S country.
Let's see. Which eagle claw hooks do y'all use? I use their panfish hooks. Do you use their circle hooks too? Which one? I do.
See, I don't mind that eagle claw hooks. I like the eagle claw tail hooks because they're not bad. Most people don't use the tail hook anyway. But I like them. They do a good job. Because with the tail hook, you can either set the hook or wait for the fish to set them themselves. But Sharina likes the Sharina likes the 3, 4, and 5s.
I tried this big, but you know, I don't.
Ah, see, this is where you got to remember everything because I just said you take everything apart several times because I just forgot to put something back on there. So now I got to take stuff apart, put stuff back on
Sorry, guys.
because I forgot to put the line guide on there, the level line guide. So I've got to take it back apart, put it back in.
Now here are the hooks that I use.
So don't feel bad if you got to take something apart several times.
And then there's also one that are for, I think it says billfish. I use those too. And I just started using some Gamakatsu.
I'm not a big fan of the Gamakatsus though.
What I'm using those for, I'm making some hair rigs for carp fishing. That's what I'm using the Gamakatsu for. Yeah, fishing in freedom. I love those hooks. Thomas makes fun of me because I still like set the hook because they don't always set themselves.
I'll work better if I put it in the right spot. There we go. That works a whole lot better.
Sorry if I missed any comments, guys.
Yeah, guys, I can't really pay attention to comments because, well, I can't see them.
It's okay. Yeah, Lance says, Art said, I like Chinese food. Lance said, I hit up eBay for real abus. They get expensive on there sometimes.
Well, they do, but they are
The real deal.
right. Some of those older ones, you can still get parts for it. So if you can get them on eBay, go ahead and buy them. Because you can get parts for them. If you don't know how to redo them, I'm sure you know somebody that does.
Gamakatsus that I get, they're good for making hair rigs, carp fishing. You've got 20 people in.
Huh, 20 people, that's amazing. I appreciate each and every one of you.
Fishing Freedom says, he uses Uncle Lou's 10-aught. He said they're awesome. Hey, Chunky, thanks for coming in. He's driving and listening.
Well, now, Elson, I appreciate you being in here, but how are you going to learn real maintenance if you're driving and listening? Well, he can't see what I'm doing and how many mistakes I'm making if he's just driving, because he can't watch. But I do appreciate you coming in. Drive safely, Elston, because we all got to have our Chunky. Even if he is a skunky Chunky. I've got a screwdriver somewhere. Where is it? Where is it? There's the one. What?
Nine knot. I don't know what I'd do with a 9-aught hook.
Man, Serena doesn't really use a 9-aught. I'm trying to get her there. I'm trying to get her there, guys.
Well, let's see. Real bass fish. I bought some Catfish Pro circle hooks at CatCon in Kansas City, and I love them. I'll have to try those.
I think I've only got Serena up to, I think it's 6-aught.
Well, that's because I caught my PB and it was what, a 4? Was it a 4-aught? Yeah, it was a 4-aught. So, and my PB is 19 pounds. Not huge, but it was still on a smaller hook.
Yeah, I believe you caught that on what, a 4-aught?
Uh-huh.
Out of the boat in the backyard.
Yep. Matt, you like the Catfish Pro hooks, Serena? I haven't used those. I like my Catfish Pro reel. Run reel. Brad Caudill, 8-aught, 9-aught, unless winter fishing, 4-aught, and 5-aught.
Really, Brad, you use a
Or
smaller hook in the wintertime?
Greenwell 8/0 for me, and I miss Freddie 8 and 10/0. I would love to catch something big on a 10/0. I'm still working on that, guys. I didn't get my 70-pound flathead like I wanted this year, but well, last year. But this year I'm on it. I'm still going to get it. Still working on it.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta take his back apart because not everything lines up like it's supposed to.
Brad caught a smaller bait and smaller hook. JP3, 6/0 and 10/0. I had to learn all that aught and stuff because I went into, where did I go in? And I was like, I need a 3. And he's like, what are you fishing for? I said, catfish. He said, what? You need that? So I was like, okay, wait a minute. So then I had to learn, you know, that 3 and 3/0 was different.
Yes, a size 3 hook is a whole lot smaller than a 3/0 is.
Oh yeah, I had to learn. The guy looked at me like I was crazy. I was just like, okay. Thanks, hooked up. Yeah. Yeah, Brad. 3 and 3/0. Yeah, I was super newbie.
Well, since Brad's in there, go ahead and tell him what weights you need, what weights you want. That way it saved me having to text him. Yeah, that's fine. Those little disc weights that you like.
You just told him. Yeah, I like the 3 ounce, and I think I've used up to 5, 3, 4, and 5 ounce in those disc sinkers. Those are my favorite.
So
I'll show you my least favorite weight.
So Brad, we need Brad, do you have a pen ready? I can't see what we got going on over there.
Catfish Cameron, hey.
Hey, Catfish Cameron, how you doing, buddy? Thanks for coming in. Does Brad have a pen ready?
Does Brad have a pen?
You might as well go ahead and take your order now.
Writing it down now, he said.
All right.
3, 4, and 5.
2 pounds of the 3-ounce disc sinkers. 2 pounds of the 4s. 2 pounds of the 5-ounce. And let's go with 3 pounds of the 4-ounce cannonballs.
Ew.
They're not for you. And 2 pounds of the 5-ounce cannonballs. And do you have 3-ounce cannonballs, Brad?
We have those triple thread. Those are the triple thread. Are those
That's a Whisker Seeker
Wicker,
triple thread.
yeah, Whisker Seeker. Yeah.
Does Brad have 3-ounce cannonballs?
Does anyone he hasn't answered yet. Yes,
Go
he
ahead.
does. Yes, he does.
All right, 2 pounds of the 3-ounce cannonball.
He said yes. And Matt says, does anyone offset their own hooks? Us? No, because
that
it makes it
would
weaker.
damage. Yes, that would damage your hook.
It will make them weaker. But hooked up catfishing says he does.
And you don't find that damages your hook?
You They're using pliers on hooks. It makes them weak. That's what Greenwell said.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Catfish Cameron. Well, they're talking about the triple threat. Okay, Brad Caudillo said, yes, you can with two pieces of wood and a vise. Lance Makugai said, I do offset my hooks, never had a problem.
If I'm going to use an offset hook, I'm going to buy them that way instead of doing it myself, because I don't want to get that little nick up there in the top of it.
And these people, the Eagle Claw, they are offset. Fishing and Stuff did a great video on the hook offsetting. Dan's Creation said if you use smooth jaw duckbill pliers, they won't put nicks in the hook. Hooked up catfishing. So far, I haven't had an issue, but I don't use pliers. That would be. I find that awful rate that I don't like.
Which one is that?
The one.
Oh, that long one?
Yeah.
That's probably out of the tackle box.
Well, I had it in my tackle bag. Tackle binder. I really like the Catfish Pro hooks. I am gonna have to try these Catfish Pro hooks. Take a break.
Well, I'm going to find this bearing that I don't have.
I don't like these ones. These little mushroom looking ones that go in the little ducks that duck hunters
Yeah, bearings in it.
shoot at.
I found it. Maybe it's out in the truck. Ain't it?
I need a vise, torch, and my bending wrench to offset my hooks. Those big ones. You getting it?
Yeah.
I think you might be able to see me.
In there where I want you. There we go. And when you get close to done, make sure you count your parts. Make sure they're all where you need them to be.
I have one of those hooks, guys.
Which one of what hooks, eh? You have two of Dan's hooks.
And even signed one of them, so sorry guys.
Oh, go ahead and show them hooks off, honey.
There it is. There it is. Isn't that awesome, guys?
Dan did a good job.
He did an awesome job. Look at that.
This is the one she wanted for the Iron Cat. And he signed it on the back. Hopefully he'll be famous someday.
But you know what? Even if
So this is one she won in one of his lives.
Yep.
Dan does a pretty good job of making those, does them quick.
Greenwell, is it okay to have extra parts? Asking for friends.
Well, only if you're working on a Ford, Mike. If you're working like a Ford truck, yeah, it's perfectly fine to have extra parts. Because you know you're going to have them. You know, you don't always need all of them. They just give you them extra parts just so they can charge you more. I mean, on your fishing reel, well,
Not so much.
I'm pretty sure the Swedes will, you know, they're from Europe. They don't want to give you any more than they have to. So with that, you know, you probably don't want any more extra parts.
Yes, those hooks are awesome. Even, okay, when he becomes famous and stuff for making those things, I'll have those. They'll be worth a lot, but I'm never, ever going to part with them. So,
Yeah, we're kind of wishing that second one had a base so we could put them on the mantelpiece.
but he asked me and I said no.
I know. I'm just saying. I'm
Because
not asking him to make one.
he did such a great job on.
I'm just saying on the mantelpiece it would look great.
Right now, I have them sitting on my desk, and they're hooked. Here, I'll just put them how they are. Like a. Right now, they just sit on my desk like together like that. But I remember I was waiting for him and waiting for him, and he was like, "They're coming, they're coming." And let me tell you, he put so much work into those, and I said, "It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect." And he's like, "Yes, it does. I'm making it." So I was like, "Okay, okay, take your time, take your time." And when I got them in the mail, I was like, "Oh my gosh, they're awesome. They were awesome. They are awesome." So, yep, I really appreciate them.
They not only were, but they still are.
They are always going to be awesome. I love them. I could go on and on and on. So,
And when you put your guide pole in, make sure you get her in there. Well, I like it. Don't forget that. Oh, don't forget to pick it up when you drop it.
It's right there. We dropped a part. Okay.
But somebody asked me like this. It wasn't big somebody. But no, I'm wanting to get ceramic paws put in these because they won't wear out. They don't need to be lubricated. But I'm still thinking, unless I can get a ceramic drive, it's not going to matter because that's still going to wear out. But I am going to try the ceramic paws just because I'm curious to see if they work better. Because what's the point in getting, you know, faster ceramic bearings if you know you still got that line guide and it's slowing you down. Because this is still going to go, so faster bearings really aren't going to help if you have this line guide slowing you down.
Yes, they are very sharp, Cameron. Very sharp. Want to be outdoors. Matt, he's so silly. He said, "You get any fat people shirt?"
Yeah, we got XL.
I use. Brad Caudill, I'd use the original till they're needed, but ceramic bearings are improvements.
But Brad, how much does it help if your line guide is still slowing you down? You can only cast as fast as this will go. If you get new ceramic high speed bearings, it's not going to help. I mean, right, this line guide has got bearings on both ends, but if that's not going as fast as your spool bearings, you've wasted your money on just upgrading spool bearings.
Later, Greenwell, we will check you out at 4:30 tomorrow. He's doing a premiere. Uh-oh. That just snaps on?
Yep.
Awesome.
That just snaps on and into place.
Awesome, awesome. We are about finished, guys.
We are about done, fellas.
We almost have the reel put back together. That was awesome. We have 15 people in now.
All right, it's still more than I normally have when I'm fishing.
Big Jakes. Thomas, what is your preferred reel grease and oil?
Well, right now it's just regular wheel bearing grease. That's what I have. I didn't have everything that I needed because I wasn't planning on, having back surgery. So right now I'm just using wheel bearing grease. I mean, you're going to have wheel bearing grease if you got a boat. So, you got your boat. You're going to have wheel bearing grease. And if wheel bearing grease can handle 60, 80, 90 mile an hour, I don't see how it's going to be a problem on a fishing reel, because I know I'm not going to be reeling in at 90 mile an hour.
But there was that video.
If I'm casting and reeling that fast, I really don't know, because
What's the outdoors? Can you use 3-in-1 oil? In that one? I thought you had some of that. Now you remember that video?
3-in-1 oil. Well,
Ready?
I was using Marvel air tool oil. That's going faster than I'm going to reel. That's why I was putting on my bearings. And then I found Pop's bench rest in my toolbox for my pew-pews. I mean, if that's going to lubricate, clean, and prevent rust on a gun, it should work really well on a bearing. I mean, how is it not going to work?
Big Jake said, good idea. Thank you. Not his guns, my guns, guys.
And when you put your handle nut back on, get your point going toward that screw hole, and it will lock on every time. That way you don't have to sit here and mess with it.
Oops.
Because I got the point of that nut all lined up
Okay.
with that hole.
Matt said.
And this screw will go right in and be all lined up. If you can keep it in there long enough to get your screwdriver.
And Matt said, when you're talking about shirts, he said not everyone eats the crayon diet, Thomas. And it has to be tied down so they don't blow away. And let's see. That's one thing I learned with spinning reels. Don't over grease or the anti-reverse is gone bye-bye.
There we go, guys.
Yay! Looky there, guys.
Make sure your spool is in there where it's supposed to be. Loosen your drag. Which for some reason I got something wrong because my drag is not working. So now I got to take it apart.
The whole thing, or just the area with the drag?
Just the area with the drag, because
Look, they said, "Great job, Thomas."
oh, they lied.
I would have never been able to put. Heck, I wouldn't have been
I
able
think
to
I
take it
just got
apart.
I just got my hand into it. Because my drag is the star drag is catching on.
Yeah, I probably would have dropped it everywhere and would have had to sign out and say, "Sorry, guys."
My star drag's catching on my handle. So don't over tighten.
Or the drag will be. What are you looking for now? He wants to be outdoors. He said his drag not setting. He got it too tight.
Got my handle too
The
tight,
handle
man.
too tight.
So my star wheel is catching on my handle.
And
So I've got
said,
something wrong because it's still doing that.
and said, these kind of lives are nice to hang out in. They sure are. I'm really proud of Thomas because he doesn't like to be on camera, and to be on camera and
Oh crap!
take a reel
Screen
apart
found it.
and put it back together. Yeah. Yeah, there's the clip right
Well, like I say, well,
there. Hooked up catfishing. I would have had leftover parts.
I don't have any leftover parts. They're just not going together like they should.
Catfish Cameron. Braid or no braid? Thomas is a natural teacher. He's doing great. Look out, y'all. He's going to teach me, and I'll be like, let me maintenance your reel. I'll have Trina's keeping it real maintenance soon.
Like I say, guys, always get the diagram. Because if you mess something up, you can always go back and refer to that.
Want to be
Because
outdoors.
I've got something messed up. Not quite sure what it is.
Dan, no, I probably no way. He wanted me to try and do it, but no, not yet. JP3, I would have been sending a box of parts somewhere to have them put it together.
Well, JP3, go ahead and send it to me. I mean, I'll charge like, I won't charge any more than I make it work an hour.
Oh no. I was gonna do some bait.
I'm slow.
Thanks, Matt. I want to do some bait videos, and I have some videos that I did of making some bait, putting bait together. But you guys, I don't know.
Well, see, it's these guys that chose this reel, so I couldn't choose an easy one.
But the thing is,
Make sure you don't cross thread anything, fellas.
there was a lady in here, so
Yes, Ruby House Fish. Make sure you don't cross anything in.
don't cross no threads, y'all.
But it's this little washer here that's supposed to separate your star drag from your handle. If it gets flat, well, that could be my problem, is that it's flat It's not keeping everything the way it should be.
JP3, if I'm sending you a reel, Thomas, I would hand deliver it just to get to hang out. Aw,
Well, that's fine,
he wants to
JP.
hang out.
I mean, as long as you're hanging out, you might as well just bring an extra rod
Just
and
bring
fish in
them.
the backyard.
Yeah. Do another cast net video. Want to be outdoors. You know, doing that cast net video, it was like, that's my first time.
Look behind you, man.
What?
On the phone.
Oh, yeah.
Ah,
There is a cast net behind me.
where's my E-clip?
Right there.
Yeah, guys, don't forget your little E-clip. It goes on your handle.
You can bring it.
That's what keeps your handle on.
But yeah, here's my cast net. Now, the reason why it's in here,
I don't know if they've seen that. You might want to bring it behind me.
okay.
That's the 3-foot one. There's that 7-foot one also. There's 6-foot one.
I was scared at first to get on camera because it's spooky sometimes. Like when I did my first live. Yeah. No, okay. Here is the cast net, guys. As you can see. But Thomas even fixed that too.
Well, I tried to fix it. I don't know if it's fixed or not. I don't know if it's fixed or not, but
Yeah, you guys are probably wondering, does she wear that hat all the time? Yes, I do. Since I started wearing hats, I wear them all the time. That's like, what do I do with my hand? I'm like, I don't know what to say. Did you get it?
well, there we go, guys.
There we got it, right? Okay, I'm gonna read Dan's comment. As some of you saw, I just uploaded the video I recorded before I sent those hooks out to Sharina and Michael Murillo. I'm gonna upload the video of the one I just sent to Tim Molina that actually went to Chris Flores. Yes, do that, do that.
Ah,
This one is the 4-foot. Is this a 4-foot or 3-foot?
that's 3-foot.
This, Richard, Fishing and Freedom, this one is a 3-foot.
That was our beginner net.
Oh, this is the
Figure out what the heck we're doing.
Yeah. But the one I used in my video, wasn't that one the 7?
6.
7, 6. Okay. It's one of those. Yeah. Look, it says 7.
Oh, it's a 7?
Yep.
Oh, 6.
Yep, 7. Yeah. The one I held up was 3, and then the one that I used in my video was 7.
Hey guys, on your level line, use oil and not grease, because grease will catch a whole lot more dirt and stuff than oil will.
Real gals, which one do you feel more comfortable with? Actually, the 7-foot, because
There we go, man.
Oh, sorry. We finished the. Yay!
Everything's about together. You work. Might need to get a power handle for it. Just so, because I like the power handle. And we have a left and a right. So there we go, fellas.
There we go, guys.
And real gas finished.
Yes. And Real Gals, actually, the 3-foot is easier, but the 7-foot is it's harder, but I don't know how I'm trying to say this. I mean, because it's like saying if you turn the microwave up higher, it's gonna cook it longer. But anyway, I don't know.
7-foot takes more practice.
Yeah, but I don't know.
But it will.
But I like the 7-foot, but
It will spread wider, so you get more bait.
that's what I was gonna say. But I thought it sounded silly because, duh, you know. But Thomas answered that when I couldn't. That's true. He's got my back. Somebody said that earlier.
But if you have a river like ours, where you have got 500 miles of current,
The smaller one.
a cast net doesn't do a dang bit of good because it's all going to close up on itself before it gets 2 feet under. Brad Cuddy's still in there?
I'm not sure. There's 17 people. But Fishing and Freedom, you have any trouble getting that 7 open all the way? I use 5 and wanting to go bigger. You can throw the 3-foot very easily and faster. The bigger takes more power. Yes. Thomas? Yes, I guess that's for me. Do you have any trouble getting the 7 open all the way? I did have trouble, but that's when I was practicing, but I'll get it.
A taco will catch just a couple of fish. Pancakes will catch more. If you know Freddy's Outdoor Adventures, you can get one of these little Freddy cats.
I don't know if yeah, Brad's there.
Somebody can put out Brad Cadill's link. Freddy's Outdoor Adventures. Yeah, Brad, just text me on what all that comes up to, and Shereen and I will PayPal you tonight.
Alan Pershala. Thank you, Laughing Cat Fishing, for the seminar. And Real Gals, I hope I kind of answered your question, but, you know, I did my best. But we did use the 3-foot in the creek that's a couple minutes away.
And we caught a crappie.
A crappie! That is just crazy. We caught a crappie from the creek up there. We didn't even know they were over here. It's probably lost, you know, how fish are.
And it didn't catch anything because I used it for bait. Because I caught that one crappie in a 3-foot net. And the next throw on it, I caught a steel I-beam that I didn't know was under there. And
that's why I
ripped it in half. So
now Matt said 3 is lighter so you can manhandle it more. Bigger net takes rhythm. That is actually, better to. I want to be able to throw the 7-foot.
If a 7-footer takes rhythm, you know I'll never be able to throw.
See, that's why I was out there. I got rhythm.
And y'all didn't get to see what she did behind the camera. I got rhythm.
Ooh.
Which I don't have, so.
Fishing and Freedom, I caught about a 5-pound carp in my, oh yeah. I bet you it did tear a hole in it. Those carp, ooh. Was it well, I guess it would have been a regular common carp.
Yep. We have a lot of common carp that go up right here next to our bank.
Yeah, so, guys, stay tuned because
soon, little Miss Serena, keeping it real, we'll be
bow fishing. Yeah, look for that soon. I'm gonna be BA, if you know what that means.
But guys, you really don't need a lot of tools. You need a standard screwdriver, a pick. If you got an Abu, you need a 10mm wrench. If you've got, I think the Okuma and the pin need 11mm for the handle nut. Phillips, great. You don't really need a whole lot of tools to work on your own reels. You can get reel butter. I'm going to be putting in an order for some ceramic bearings, ceramic line guide, some new drag discs, and some carbon fiber drag discs, and some polished metal drag washers. And I'm going to redo my 6500 Catfish Pro, and I'm going to do a series of casts, just to find out what it does before I add all that, just to see if it's worth it. Then I'm going to put in all them new bearings, that new high-speed kit and everything, just to see if it will cast farther. I'm going to have everything set up for 1.5 ounce.
We have 2 new people that came in, Team Snag and Whiskers and Whisker Dreams.
Oh,
Thanks for coming
Team
in.
Snag and Whiskers, thanks for coming in. And Whisker Dreams, thanks for coming in.
Yeah, thank you guys for
Team
coming
Snag
in.
and Whiskers, I believe, is South Carolina, and they fish off a Sea Arc, I believe.
Ceramic drag washers are amazing. Best choice I've ever made. So much nicer. That was Brad Caudill.
Well, Brad, I'm going to order a bunch of parts for my 6500.
Hooked up catfishing. I can't wait for the comparison. I'm super excited too. I'm so proud of you, Thomas.
Because Sharina has, what rod is that? Reel is it you got?
Which one?
On Skip.
Skip has the catfish special.
Yeah, Sharina has the Abu Garcia Catfish Special. I'm going to do that one too. I think next week that will be the reel I take apart, clean, and everything, because I haven't cleaned that one yet.
Oh no. I'm
And that's one of my I also want to do the upgrades to, with the ceramic bearings, the ceramic guide ball, and put in a carbon fiber and polished drag discs, and do a comparison on it, because she has that on a little Whisker Seeker catfish and carp rod.
Yeah. Team Snag and Whiskers, close. They're on the James, Virginia. Oh, it's gonna. Oh, so he's gonna take apart Skip, and I don't even know. That's
Team Snag and Whiskers.
Yeah.
The James is. Well, James River is on our bucket list. Maybe one day we'll see you out there on it. Well, we'll be on the bank as you're driving down.
Yeah, because our little boat.
I've got a 96 Dodge truck, and I'm not going to drag my little Sea Arc all the way down to Virginia. Just say what you're saying, bud. Sorry, guys. Our son's trying to tell Sharina something, but he's trying to whisper, and she's trying to whisper. And
he bought some plants today, so he's planting them. Well, guys, that was.
Like I say, guys, if you're going to do your own reel maintenance, go to the website, find your diagram, your schematic, gives you part numbers if you need new parts, Uh, you can look them up. I think E Replacement Parts is the official parts supplier for Abu. So you can get your parts, go to E Replacement Parts, look up Abu reels, get your parts. If you want the ceramic bearings, you can find out what size those bearings are, so you know which ones to order.
And KP3 had a blast. That was pretty awesome.
I'm glad all you guys came in and watched me try and put a reel back together.
But you did.
I mean, I didn't think there's some pieces I didn't take apart because it wasn't necessary. You just got to lube them up, clean them. I mean, if there's a lot of sand, I know the bank fishermen, we get a lot of sand because we put our rods and our reels down on the bank when we're taking a fish off. So if you're a bank fisherman, you got it. Make sure you clean your reels. I mean, if you're doing a lot fishing, every 6 months, you know, just to clean it out, make sure you get all the sand out, and your reels will last longer. Mine are, I do boat and bank. Most of the time it's in the boat, so I'm not. So when I take a fish off, I'm putting it in a rod holder. Or Serena holds it, so, or we just set it somewhere in the boat, so we're not getting a lot of sand in it. But on the bank, because we had a sandy bank here.
Very sandy. Oh, Whisker Dreams. I do my own maintenance, but learned a little more. Yay!
Well, I'm glad you could learn something, Whisker Dreams. I think his name is Brandon, but I'm not sure.
No. Are you good? So you'll be doing these more often?
But
I mean, we have a lot of
I'll do
reels.
another one next Sunday,
You'll
which
try.
will be Serena's reel.
I might have to close my eyes on this one, the next one, because you know.
I mean, I
reel.
hope you guys could see everything that I was doing. I'm not sure if you could, but you know, you'd see more if I just did a video, because I could have the GoPro sitting right up here in front of me. But
Mike Urban, great job, Thomas. Thanks for doing this.
well, thank you, Mike.
Thanks for coming in.
Thanks for coming in, and we got to get together this spring and do some fishing, because you're not far from us. And Serena's wanting to get together with, you know, some of us in the local area for a meet and greet for Indiana, Eastern Illinois.
Whisker Dreams. His name's Ricky.
What am I thinking, Brandon? Who's Brandon?
No clue.
Why are there so many Rickies?
Well, I don't know.
Solo Texan is Ricky. Then there's Ricky's Creations. Now, I guess
Whisker Dreams, Ricky.
Whisker Dreams is Ricky.
Yeah, so
that's why I use everybody's channel name, because I suck at remembering names. I've been off work for 2 months. I'm gonna have to go back and try to remember people's names. But luckily, they have them written on their shirt, because we went to
Catfish and Dreams is Brandon. J.P. Greason. I'm sure.
Serena and I went to
Illinois.
that one place.
Ren Lake.
No. That amusement park.
Went to an amusement park?
Holiday World.
Oh, Backyard Car. Gary.
And it was closed for people from my company, for our company picnic kind of thing. And we turned so many times when I seen somebody, because I couldn't remember their name. So we just turned and went somewhere else. Then I had to go back to work the next week, and had people say, I saw you at Holiday World. I was like, yeah, I saw you too, but I couldn't remember your name.
Gary's in here.
Oh, I'm sure Gary Backyard Carp had a really good week at work. What was that, honey?
What? Say hey. Hi.
Backyard carp. We need to talk to you because we've got a.
We've kind of set up a few things that we need to, you know, catch
We
some
need to
carp
borrow
in your backyard.
For a couple of months. And hopefully we can teach you something while we're there because we're using a rig that you don't use.
Oh yeah.
We ain't gonna tell him now.
Wants to be outdoors. Bye. He called you Tommy. E.
That's okay, Maddie.
Well,
Tell the missus Shereen and I said hello. Have a good weekend. Enjoy your. Oh wait, I don't go back to work till Tuesday, so you're probably already having your good evening before work. But I want to thank everybody for coming in and watching, hanging out. Maybe, hopefully, we'll see y'all again next weekend when I tear apart Serena's reel that we bought from Backyard Carp.
I think I might try to be using it. Just kidding. So guys.
She'll at least use it this week.
Yeah.
That way, she gets to use it at least one more time.
One more
before I
time.
take it apart.
But thank you guys for coming in. You know what to do. You like, share this out. Just leave a comment for what you want to see Thomas do. And subscribe. And,
if you have a reel you want to see me take apart, let me know. If I have it, I'll take it apart. If not, it gives me an excuse to buy a new reel.
Yay! So that's something else.
Don't get.
But no. Put them in the comments of a reel that you would like to see taken apart, put back together. If we don't have it, we get to buy it.
And right about over here is a subscribe button. And then over here is like a like button. So hit that like, comment, subscribe. Because I've been to 140 like 12 times now. Really like to get to 141 and stay there at 140. So
we got a PC Fun 60. Wait, do you have a PC Fun?
No, we don't have a PC Fun. Who's that?
That is well, hold on. It was
We do have
Whisker Dreams.
Those red ones.
The red one.
Hey, what are they?
Abu Pro Rocket.
Cast King.
We have a lot of those. They're similar. I couldn't hear. Are y'all done?
Cast King 46, 260s, and an 80. So I'll do one of those. I like those. I like the 60 really well.
Look at all these reels we're going to get to buy.
We don't have any PC funds. I do have a pin Pierce 2 that I have to take apart because I forgot to grease it when I fixed it.
So why don't you make that one next week instead
So I'll
of
do that
mine?
in a couple of weeks after I do Serena's reel.
Trying to save mine.
Because that Pin Pierce 2 is a spinning reel. So I'm not just going to do the bait casters.
Dan, we're wrapping it up.
I do have a couple of spinning reels to do.
I have Fishing and Freedom. I have 3 of the PC Fun 60s. I like them. Good reels and very.
Pardon me. Well, Matt, we'll get up. Trina wants another reel. So I guess maybe I can consider getting a PC Fun 60.
Calm down, Freddie.
60.
Calm down. He said, yeah, Sharina's real. Calm down.
Yeah, Sharina is keeping it real.
I'm nervous about that one. See,
I did take apart her her Casking 40 and her Casking 60.
I am the procrastinating queen, so I might just have to hide it.
But I know where it is because I know what rod it is.
I'll hide it. I might have to do some carp fishing. That's my carp rig. So, real gals, what real rod and reel are you getting?
Well, real gals, I guess we're getting a PC Fun Chaos 60.
Oh, I'm getting a new reel rod soon, and I can't wait.
What did Matt say? I can see.
I see procrastinating and Sharina's future for Thomas.
Well,
gals does fishing.
I'm a professional procrastinator, man. Like I say, it took me this reel, the left-handed, it took me like 3 years to clean it. So I can procrastinate with the best stuff.
No, I'm going to have to hold it off. I'm going to put it somewhere. So I'm not going to tell you.
Honey, the people want to see your reel taken apart.
I bet you they do. Because they're not
Thumbs up if you want to see Sharina's Catfish Special taken apart next week.
Put a thumbs up and see what happens. Don't, no.
I know Backyard Carp wants to see the inside of that reel.
Oh, Freddie. JP, you guys. They're putting thumbs up.
See, guys, I've got my live on the TV above the fireplace. It's not big enough that I can read comments.
I thought they liked me.
And Sharina's not letting me have her phone so
Look,
I can read
thumbs
comments.
up. Hey, y'all. That's my baby. Oh.
So it looks like next week.
Oh, my.
We will be doing Sharina's Catfish Special.
Oh, geez.
Abu Garcia.
Ah, if tomorrow never comes.
Well, we don't need tomorrow. We just need next Sunday.
I don't know a song that has Sunday.
What time did we start tonight?
2 hours and 9 minutes ago.
2 hours and 9 minutes ago.
Okay. Wow. I
really
hooked up catfishing.
It took me that long to put that back together?
Well, we were talking too. See, Backyard Carp is on my side. Oh my gosh, for once. Does it really need it? 4 question marks.
Yes, Gary, it needs, because we don't know what happened. You know, we don't know what that reel's been through before we bought it. And we know what it's been through since we've had it.
I have not put.
I think Backyard Carp ought to be here to help with that next weekend.
Hooked up catfishing. Just think, if it doesn't work, you get a new reel.
Which will be the PC Fun
No,
60.
no, I don't think so.
Oh, you?
I don't think so.
You sound a little disappointed in that.
Yeah, you hear that change in my voice?
Yes, I did.
That's starting to give me a headache. Put me in. I go shook. Give it a, what is it? CLP bath comment.
Well,
is that little machine you want to be outdoors?
Well, man, that's pretty much what I'm doing with this Hops bench rest. It's pretty much CLP. Cleaner, lubricant, protected.
Listen at our dog.
If CLP will take care of an M16, I can't see why it won't protect a fishing reel.
Well,
just like, you know, this extra heavy duty grease for wheel bearings. If it will take care of your boat trailer, it might be a little thick for your plastic gears on a reel. Use a little less. Just use it lightly. I mean, if this can take care of 60 to 80 miles an hour, I'm thinking it can take care of that 3 or 4 miles an hour that you're going to reel. Why spend all that extra money on other grease? You know, I think I might go ahead and get all that real butter grease and all that other oil that everybody says you need, that pin oil, that pin grease, and see if there's really any difference in it.
Our dogs are like, you guys should be done by now.
Because, wheel bearing grease, what's the difference in that grease and real grease?
Probably
I'm gonna have to. It just means I'm gonna have to do a whole lot of research. But this wheel bearing grease resists melting at temperatures of 560 degrees Fahrenheit. I don't think I'm ever gonna reel that fast to generate that kind of heat.
No. Okay. Freddie said, that's right, Thomas. Gun oil grease works on guns, so should be fine for reels.
Well, I said, Freddie, that's what I'm thinking. I mean, how fast is that projectile going down that barrel? I'm not reeling or casting that dang fast.
I might with my sidearm cast.
Yeah.
Well,
How many people want to see Sharana do her sidearm cast? How many people can do Sharana's
me
sidearm?
in the house. Yep, that's the word where I was looking for. Danimal.
Well,
Viscosity.
see, I can't read any of the comments. That's why you're there.
Well, I was looking for the word and I was like,
And you won't give me your phone so I can read it.
well, it's okay. What about a solvent dunk, Thomas? Want to be outdoors?
Well, Matt, I've thought about getting one of those.
Shaky machines.
Nope, not one of those.
Oh,
Sonic cleaners. What do you call them?
that's what I was talking about. The shaky machine. Shaky machine.
Ultrasonic cleaners. But then I need for those metal drag washers. I need a tumbler polisher, rod polisher, or I could just one of those things.
What was that again? Do that one more time.
Just go with.
Brad
So-
Caudil, I had to spray an open face out because of overpacked grease in it. Use in moderation. Less is more.
Well, see, Brad, with those open face spinning reels, out of my experience, people don't ever clean those. They don't grease them. They don't take them apart. Because I've taken a couple of mine apart here recently because I've had nothing to do. I couldn't go to work, and I've just had packed factory grease in there. Like my bait reel. It's one of those little Shakespeare's, and well, I've got one of those E-clips extra that goes in there somewhere. So yes, in the spinning reel, you can have extra parts. Because I don't know where it goes. I don't know why I have it.
And it still works?
But when I took it apart, I had that factory grease, and I've had that reel, that spinning reel, I don't know, maybe 10 years. Never cleaned it, never done anything with it. So, and that grease was really hard. So how many of you use a spinning reel and never clean it?
Probably a lot of people.
Because I've taken a couple of those apart, while I've been off after back surgery.
Me, I thought, okay, I have a reel. And it gets all dirty and stuff. I was like, oh, gotta buy a new one.
Right, that's what most people do.
That's what I would do. It's just not the same.
Who was it that got the stickers for knowing what that came off of? Was that Brad?
Brad, our dogs are barking at each other. They're like,
I tell you what, people, the first person in chat that can tell me what this is, I will send a couple of stickers to. First person can tell me what this is.
hooked up catfishing. Oh, Big Jake, Freddy Cat.
All right, Ready Cat, send me your name and address to laughingcatfishing@gmail, and I'll send you out a couple of laughing cat fishing stickers.
My girl, a second. Let's see. Hooked up catfishing. Yeah, I've never cleaned my old spinning reels.
I don't think anybody does. Like I said, I had that my Shakespeare that I got from Walmart 10 years ago. Never cleaned it. But I took it apart. It's not as hard as it seems. Those are harder to get schematics for, to find schematics. But yeah, one's just as good as the other. So I've got a couple of those I've still got to clean. So I'll do a few spinning reels as well.
We can put that spinning reel in next week instead of
No,
Skip.
the people have spoken. They
I'm
want to
just
see
using
that
Pretty shake cat. I'll clean mine when
catfish
I need it.
special. I don't know what you said.
I plan on bringing a bunch of Freddy cats with me to CatCon in February too. Ooh. So, Freddie, do you do all colors? Like all colors? Have you
No,
tried
man,
to do?
it's just a pretty cat. They have been done pretty cats.
Have you
They're not a pretty shaky cat.
made multiple colors? Like, can one be multiple colors? Oh, you can read that. I'm hoping we make it to CatCon.
Well, Brad, my pin Pierce 2 I bought in Indianapolis. What did we get it for? I think $80 for it.
I don't look at
But
prices. No.
people engaged. Tell you what, I'll go get.
Yeah, I don't look at the prices. I just use the card. If
But my pin Pierce 2. Is it a Pierce?
no, the wall.
No, the spinning reel.
Oh, that one.
Yeah, it's pin Pierce 2.
I
My
would go open the pantry, but everybody would see our food.
my main shaft was bent.
Where is that baby?
I mean, it's an expensive reel, but my main shaft was bent. That's why I had to buy a new one. It was only a few bucks. I think it was $7 to replace this shaft. But after I do Sharina's Pro Cat, Catfish Special, or whatever it is,
Yeah.
I'll do that pin battle, pin Pierce 2. Because mine's an 8,000 series. Mine's a big one. It's a live liner. So after I do her reel, next week, 2 weeks from now, I'll do that spinning reel. Because when I did it and replaced this shaft, I forgot to grease, forgot to put grease and lube in there. So, I'll take one of those apart and we'll see how that does. since I got to grease and lube it anyway. So hopefully you guys will like that. I hope you guys like this reel being done today. I mean, I'll answer all the questions I can on it. I'm not an expert on reels because I'm just learning, and because I want to take this and put ceramic gears in it, or not ceramic gears, but ceramic bearings, a ceramic guide pawl, and see if I can't, because these cast really well to begin with. So I want to see if how much better they are, because this one out of the box, it casts really well. I want to see if ceramics will do any better. And I've got a plan for my 500 subscriber giveaway. I'm going to custom build an Abu Garcia. I'm going to have to source parts from overseas to make what I want. So I'm going to have to make 2 of them because I want one myself.
Dan's creation. What is a live liner spinning reel? Isn't that the bait feeder thing?
Well, Dan, it's kind of like it's kind of like, you know, you got your bait clicker on a bait caster. You know, and for those of you that don't know, to use your bait clicker, you set your bait clicker. You know, you put your bait clicker on, and then you push down on your release. And it's not something I really like. But Dan, to answer your question, it's kind of like the same thing. If I had the reel here with me, I mean, if you'll give me a few minutes, I'll run out of the truck and get it, and I'll show you what it is.
What is that one? The pin pierce? Do you have
Yes.
that? Okay. Yeah. I don't know how to keep them occupied. Hey guys. I think it's gonna be. Gotta clean all this up. So he went out to the truck to get that reel. Hurry up, Thomas. But I want to go back over there and read the comment. Well, no. I might as well just sit down right here. Oh, goodness. I'm just sitting here. I'm sitting here watching myself on the screen. Dan's Creations. He said, "Hey, I got a wrench. Thanks, Thomas."
I thought I already had one.
No, I don't know why people didn't have wrenches in your. What? Yeah, this way, right here. Yeah, isn't it because of this right here?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's because of this. This is the bait feeder.
Pretty much the same as your bait clicker on a bait caster.
Are you sure about that, Tom?
Yes, I am sure. But you've got this lever here. It takes that lever. See, I didn't leave that, so it's kind of bad. But you've got your drag up here on most of your spinning reels. But This is a live liner. It acts like your bait clicker, and it loosens your spool, and you have tension here to adjust your drag for that, for your spool. If you get light, because you're using, let me get that quick back up under there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You flip that down, your drag is now down here. And that controls your drag. If that flips up when you get a bite, your drag stops. But down here, it's like your bait clicker with a bait catcher. Spin that bottom. You adjust here, and that adjusts your drag, your secondary drag. So that will increase the amount of drag. But once you get a bait, get a bite, and it's running with your bait, flip that up, and all of a sudden you got the drag off the top. So you can increase drag there. You can reel up. But in a couple of weeks, 2 weeks, Dan, I will try to figure out how to explain this. Hold on. I'm trying to reel it in.
Oh, I'm a fish. Bite me.
I will try to find a better way to explain that for you. But with a live liner on this pin, you have your drag here, like you have on your normal spinning reel. But flip this down, and it's like your bait clicker here. And I don't know if some people may not know, because I didn't know for a long time, that the bait clicker, for that to work the way it's designed to work, you flip down your release, then you put on your bait clicker. So you got like pre-spool, but your bait clicker slows it down.
Dan said, my Shimano has that. I just never heard it called a live liner. And Matt says he likes that reel.
This is Matt. This is the Pin Fierce 2 8000 series. And I had to replace this main shaft because I would reel, it would catch. Yeah, then I'd have to struggle to get it to go because this shaft is bent. So I got a new one. Then I put it all back together, used it, and I forgot to lube it up after I put it back together. So in a couple of weeks, after we do Sharina's reel, 2 weeks from now, I'll take this one apart and we'll go through that because my cam block isn't lubricated. So I still get to a point, even though I got a straight main shaft, and it just catches just because it's dry and it's not lubricated. So 2 or 3 weeks from now, we'll go ahead and take this one apart after we do Sharina's.
We got a whole
and we'll do a
schedule
spinning
now.
reel. I've got my Shakespeare's that I don't have paperwork on as far as my diagrams and stuff. And we'll all learn how to take one of those apart and maybe learn how to put it back together.
Right.
So what do y'all think?
Yeah.
Did that answer your question, Dan, or do I need to
Yeah, he said
to go in a little bit more detail.
he said my Shimano has that. I just never heard it called a live liner.
You have that little knob on the bottom, Dan?
Thomas needs a real workbench.
Well, guys, I'm using our kitchen table.
Oh, does he now? Well, let me take you into the garage.
Hey, I can't.
Thomas Real Repair, Sunday evenings, love it. That's what Freddie said. Whisker Dreams, I just purchased a Pin Warfare. That thing is a winch. Dan's Creation, yes, it's a Shimano.
Well, Whisker Dreams, from what I understand, the Warfare is a good reel, because I believe it's a model below the Fierce, I think. Don't quote me, because I'm not up on, reels as far as which one is where in the lineup. But I know a Pin Fierce 2, they've got a Pin Fierce 3 now. They've got the Battle and everything. They've got so many new developments in those, because I know the Pin Fierce 2 is a deep sea reel, supposed to be. Maybe that's something I can do, is just buy reels and do comparisons.
Look at you coming up with
'Cause
all these
I
ideas.
can't fish where the lake.
Dan said, yes, it's a Shimano 3500 bait runner. And Matt, he needs to clean the garage.
Yes, Matt, you do need to clean my garage.
I paid $5 for it on a Shakespeare rod that's now my bait rod. Who
said that?
Dan. I guess Shimano. Yeah. Sunday.
Well, see, there's something else we're going to try to do. Because Sharina has a broken Muddy River rod. I have a broken slime cat rod. I'm going to try to Frankenstein them.
Yes. Just wait for this.
I'm going to try to make it a muddy slime.
Okay, so solo tech.
Yes, guys, I do smoke. I'm going to keep most of it off there.
So is the bait runner used to help set the hook, or do you activate it to allow the fish to wear himself out to make it easier to reel in? I would like to see it used and explained in action.
Well, okay.
There's a video out there.
It's kind of like your what the heck did I just call that? That thing.
The clicker.
Bait clicker? Yeah. Who asked that question? Dan or
Solo texting.
Solo? It's one of them Rickies, isn't it?
Yep, it's Ricky. But before you do that, Whisker Dreams, will you guys be going to the Patriot tournament in April?
I would like to, but I don't think we're going to make it, just because I've been off work for 2 months, so money's going to be kind of tight. But we would like to, but since they're not doing bank fishing, I've got a '96 Dodge Ram, and at
See you later, Brad.
8 to 10 miles a gallon, it's not feasible to drive that far and back with a boat.
Brad Caudill. Have a good night, everyone. 5 a.m.
Did Brad give us send you an email?
No, but I can find it.
And we were answering that question for who?
Ricky.
So
So, yeah.
All right, so
Thank you, Brad. He said great job.
well, thank you, Brad. Basically, so the spinning reel, at least for pen, is called a live liner. Your it's the same as the bait clicker on your bait casting reels. I'm not familiar with your reel, but with this one, when I drop that lever, it takes the drag from here down to here, where I got drag adjustment here, where if I've got bait, and I'm not wanting to have my rod just flop over, I can flip this down. I can adjust the drag here, and my spool will spin just like with a bait caster with the bait clicker on. Nothing will happen, but I get a bite. The line will just take it. My spool will spin, and I can flip that up. It goes to this drag, and then my rod will flip over. Or if it's running, I can just crank the handle. That will flip up. It'll go from the bottom drag to the top drag. And then it's just like if you don't have this, fish goes, if you got your drag light, it's like a bait clicker. It will spin here. It will use drag down here. Flip that up. When your fish is running, then you go to this drag. Depending on how you have that set, it'll either bend your rod over or it sets the hook. So you don't have to flip your bail for line to run. It's like your bait clicker on a bait casting reel. Since my comment reader left, I've got to grab her.
I'm getting a dog.
I've got to grab her phone. So I hope that answered your question.
You're not in there?
Well, hooked up catfishing, yeah, basically. That's what it does. Just like with, because I know not everybody uses a bait caster, but when you set your bait clicker on a bait caster, you get, I don't know how many people know it, but you got to release your spool, then set your bait clicker. That allows some tension on your spool. Then your bait, you get a bite, it runs. Then you hit your reel, hit your handle, and you get that. Turn that off, quit annoying people. It pretty much does the same thing with this. Let me get this line back out. Because if you don't have that, you got tight drag right there on the top. But put that down, fish can take off, your spool will spin, and you can adjust drag here because it gets really loose. You can tighten it up, and it still takes it. Your bail doesn't spin. Flip that up, and then you get the clicker up there, it gets tighter because you're using your top drag. If you've got it down, fish is running, click at it. Ah, now I'm getting this all tied up. You know, if it's running, turn your handle, it clicks that up, and you back up to using this drag, your top drag. It's like your bait clicker on a bait caster. So I hope that answered your question. And hooked up catfishing, yeah, you're right. That's basically what it is. You know, you flip that down, and it allows the fish to run. Your spool gets to spin. You flip it up, and you go to your top drag. And depending on how you have that set, it sets the hook. You crank your handle, just like, you know, if it's running, hey, you got it. So I hope I answered everybody's question. I'm not an expert on reels. I'm just learning how to work on them, but I will do what I can to answer your questions. Because with every reel that I have, like my pin, squall, I've got the diagram for it as well. Because they say I'm not an expert. I'm just now learning how to do all this stuff. Oh, hey, yeah, there's Serena's anniversary dog, Frankie, back there. I get the diagram, the parts list. I'm learning just like you guys are. I mean, I didn't know how to work on any of this stuff. I was intimidated by it. But, you know, having 2 months off, I had to have something to do.
Mhm.
So,
Bye now.
so
Everybody,
I want to thank everybody for coming in and watching and hanging out with me tonight. With me and Serena, and apparently now Frankie. So next week, I'll shoot for 6 o'clock or so Central Time with Serena's reel, and we'll see what we can do with that. So, see, Brad gets stickers. Was there anybody else that got stickers?
I'll have to go back and look. He sent me his email or his address.
Mike is glad. I'm glad you came in. Mike Irvin.
He's been here.
So we'll go with whoever has the last comment. I'll send some stickers.
Oh, I just drove 20-minute round trip to get Dominique some tickets, tacos, and they gave me
That's what they do. That's what they do, Dan.
And
Especially if you go through the drive-thru, they count on you not looking to see what you got until you get home, and they know you're not going to go back unless you're Serena.
unless you're me, I will. Big Jake sent you an email. All right, guys. Last comment.
All right, Big Jake.
Last comment. Get stickers. Just send. Who is it? Oh, looky there. How about this?
Oh, hey, look, we got an international. We got
And
Well, see, I know how to pronounce that. It's Northern Ireland.
yeah,
I believe
again,
it's Donegal.
I'd go back
It's
too.
not Donegal.
All right.
Well, Solo, go ahead and send me your address to laughingcatfishing@gmail.com, and we'll get you guys some stickers. Anybody that wants them, just go ahead
Okay, see,
and send them.
if you got the email, send your address and you will get stickers. How about that? And
Because it's not Donegal, it's Donegal, I
he
think.
got it. Oh, all right.
We really do appreciate it.
That was laughingcatfishing@gmail.com.
Yes, it is.
Ooh.
Especially our international guests. Really like to see those.
Okay, Gary. See you next week. Why
Well,
don't
Gary, you might
why don't
see.
you just come over next week and hang out in the kitchen with Thomas with that reel?
Yes, Gary, why don't you do that? We could have a special guest next week. Backyard carp.
Two guys that don't talk a lot on camera.
Well, backyard carp doesn't really talk at all. So
It's let me put
I think Matt has it in there.
2 T's though.
Oh, did Matt get it wrong?
It's 2 T's.
Well, I lost my visual.
Yeah, do you guys know that our address is also Cat Street? Okay, well, oops, thought I hit it. TT.
But crap, now I can't pronounce it right again because I pronounced it right once.
What?
Oh, Northern Ireland.
He said you.
Well, I know,
You
but
got it
now
right.
I'm going to pronounce it wrong because I pronounced it right once. Because we watched that one movie and that one Irish movie and they pronounced it. And it was like, oh, because they pronounced the movie, name of that town. Like, oh, that's how you pronounce it.
I think about you guys all the time. In movies.
How did that come? Oh, who did that?
Me?
Oh, well,
Oh my goodness. You got excited about that. Right, Thomas. Time to find out. I'm starving.
well, see, I knew I didn't do it. I was like, how'd that get up there?
See, y'all, he's starving me right now. I need food. I'm hungry.
But guys, soon I'm going to have t-shirts as soon as I find someplace I can make them right. Backyard carp, don't wash your shirt
Thomas,
because it
come
will,
on. You don't have to tell.
because we don't, it didn't work well.
See, he can come over and figure that out. Wash your shirt and then come
Oh, look at
over.
see what Matt said?
Mm.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Oh, about our address. I hate driving with the heater set to floor vents because my feet roast. But with flip-flops, it feels, you have flip-flops on? What's the
Come
temperature?
on, Dan.
I like the heated seats.
You're not a girl and you're not a little kid.
Are you making fun of his flip-flops?
Yes, I'm making fun of Dan's flip-flops.
No. He might have nice toes.
Ain't nobody got nice toes.
I do. Say something.
All right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and get out of here. I do appreciate each and every one of you for
Me
coming in
too.
and hanging out with us tonight. hope to see all of you and more next week when we do Sharina's reel.
Have to keep rubbing that in. Sharina's real. Sharina's real.
And then in a couple of weeks, we'll take this reel apart. It's being fierce too.
Sharina's reel might be gone. All right. It's almost 3 hours.
All
Matt
right,
has,
guys.
I have beautifully jacked up toes. All right.
Thank y'all for coming in. If you want stickers, Sharina posted my email. Just go ahead and get a hold of me and we'll get you stickers out as soon as we can.
Thanks.
Y'all have a great night. Bye.